Have you ever tried to imagine God? I mean, really, try to picture who or what God actually is. Someone left a comment on one of my videos recently that said, "You have a limited understanding of God." And at first, I was tempted to be defensive. But then I paused, because actually, that person might be right. But here's the twist. Don't we all? No matter what religion we follow or what experiences we've had, our understanding is shaped by the limits of being human, by our minds, our language, our beliefs. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back. If you're familiar with my content, if you're watching my videos, then I can say to you thank you so much, and thank you for coming back to listen to some of my stories that are about spirituality, my spiritual journey, and also paranormal experiences and Islamic psychology, spiritual psychology, and so on. So in this video, I am discussing something very important. We all trying to understand what God is. That's the truth. And for all of us, from what I've noticed over the years, this concept can be very different and it can evoke different emotions even in us. Even for me, the whole concept of what God is or who God is changed over the years. For many years, I was into New Age spirituality. And eventually you learn there that God is something like energy that is omnipresent, that it's in everything and everywhere and in everyone. And I've learned that there is a concept of pantheism and panentheism. And one of them is saying that God is everywhere like energy and everything has consciousness. And another one is saying that consciousness expands to beyond this reality. So even in the space, you have that consciousness, which is also God. So God is all that is. And this is a beautiful concept, but then it doesn't really go with the religion notion, with the religious connotations of what God is. For example, in Islam, it says, "There is nothing like unto him." Here, we can see that we cannot really describe God. Whereas in Christianity, it says, "No one has ever seen God." And again, that means it's difficult for us to describe it with our limited human mind. And even in Hinduism, the supreme reality, Brahman, is also beyond name and form. So how can we understand what is or who is God? The philosopher Immanuel Kant said that there are things we simply cannot know, and he called them noumenon, things outside of our sensory or intellectual reach. And God, for many philosophers, is that unknowable reality. Even psychology agrees. We humans rely on symbols, metaphors, and projections to understand the world around us. That is why we imagine God as a man on a throne, or a being of light, or an energy source. We are using the tools that we have, but they are limited. Carl Jung talked about God as a deep archetype, the self, hidden in the collective unconscious. Freud, on the other hand, thought we just project our need for a father figure onto the sky. So the point is, our visions, feelings, and even religious experiences, they're all filtered through a human lens. I remember during one of my shamanic ceremonies in Mexico, I had a very strong vision. And at some point I saw an old man on a throne. And when I was looking at that vision, and he was real, and I said to him, "But we all know that you don't look like this." Because in my understanding, God was energy source. How can he look like a man? He or it or she or they? We cannot even understand. It's beyond our human understanding. And the old man on the throne said to me this: "Some people find it easier to see me as an old man on a throne. It's easier for them to connect with me, to relate to me. Don't judge them." And that shook me, because I was thinking, that's right. Some people need to have some kind of object or a person in mind in order to connect with it. Whereas other people, especially that's a focus in Islamic studies, that we focus more on a relationship with God, with Allah, through connecting to God's divine names. So after researching and trying to understand what or who God is for many, many years, first of all, I can tell you that we do have limited understanding of what God is. No matter where you're coming from, which spiritual path, and no matter what experiences you had, you still have an understanding through your human mind, through your belief system. So, across cultures and traditions, we all try to relate to the divine differently. Like I said, in pantheism, people believe that everything is God. The tree, the ocean, you and me. In panentheism, God is in everything, but also beyond it, a bit more nuanced. In Hinduism, the ultimate reality, Brahman, is formless, but gods like Shiva or Vishnu are used to help people form a connection to the divine. Buddhism, on the other hand, doesn't really focus on God, but talks about an ultimate truth, a kind of awakening. Whereas in Sufism, which is the mystical path in Islam, speaks of al-haq, which means the truth, and the idea of fania, where the ego dissolves and you are left in pure awareness of Allah. And then you have near-death experiences, where people often describe a being of light, unconditional love, a sense of knowing everything and then forgetting it again once they return. But here's what's interesting. People see what they expect to see. Christians see Christ. Hindus see Krishna. Some see energy. Some hear a voice. And some feel a presence. And I think that's the mercy of God, showing us what we can understand. What Islam says about Allah, for example, about God, Islam gives us something different, something vast and transcendent, yet deeply personal. Say He is Allah, the One, Allah, the eternal refuge. He neither begets nor is born, and there is nothing like unto Him. And let's break that down. He neither begets nor born, meaning He doesn't have parents or children. He is not created. He is not part of any family system. Eternal refuge, or as-samad, means that the one on whom everything depends, but who depends on nothing. God doesn't need us, but we need Him. And then there is a verse that says, "We are closer to you than your jugular vein." How can something be closer than your jugular vein, yet also beyond space, time, and form? Because Allah isn't a thing. He isn't inside or outside. He is not bound by direction or dimension. We cannot see Him, but we can know Him. For what we know, God can be gender neutral, but for the simplicity, we tend to refer to Him. And that's where the prayer comes in. In Islam, we pray using the names of Allah, like Ar-Rahman, the merciful, Al-Hakim, the wise, Al-Wadud, the loving. And each name gives us a way to relate to that infinite. So what can we really know, honestly? We may never fully know what God is, but we can know what it is like to be close to Him, to feel His mercy, His love, His guidance, to witness signs in the sky, in your breath, in your heart, to surrender to something greater and feel held. I don't think we were created to understand God with our minds. I think we were created to remember Him with our hearts. And maybe that's why some people find their path through religion. Others choose to stay spiritual but non-religious. They follow Taoism or New Age ideas or make up their own philosophies. And I get it. I was there too. But over time, I realized something deeply human. We crave structure. We need boundaries. We need language to express what we feel. And without it, we tend to slide into distraction, confusion, ego, chaos. How many times have you told yourself, I'll stop judging people. I'll stop complaining. I'll be more mindful. I'll be more kind. And how long did that last? Because human nature isn't naturally disciplined. We don't stay on track just because we want to. We need guidance. We need reminders. We need a path. And that's what religion provides. A framework for the soul, a path to return home. So yes, maybe we do have limited understanding of God. And if you are a seeker and you're still trying to find your path, that's fine too. We're meant to ask, we're meant to reflect, we're meant to try to find the truth that resonates with us. And for now, we can just try to listen to our hearts. We can meditate and pray, and we can ask for the guidance and fully believe that that guidance will be provided to us in various forms from various directions, how I've realized throughout my life. There is no one size fits all. The main thing that we realize that we are souls that we experience in this life, and that we are here to find God and our connection to God, and to form that relationship with the divine that will guide us, support us, and of course protects us. So I hope you like this video, and if you do, please comment, subscribe, like this video, and I will see you in one of my next videos.